Welcome back to Mad Mark, and I'm going to be talking about China in this video because I've had some PMs and a lot of people ask me, since I have made some comments about socialism, communism, and Marxism that have been negative. What do I think about China? Is China bad? I have no problems with China at all. In fact, the Chinese Communist Party is completely different than all these other socialist movements that I've seen because it's used as a peaceful in-country policy just to do what they want to do in their country, and they did a very successful job of it. I mean, there's only two countries in the world with over 1 billion population, China and India, and obviously China has done a way better job. They have way less poverty, they're much cleaner, they actually have toilets, and they're doing an excellent job. I mean, as Americans, we rely heavily on them, I mean, a lot of people say, well, I don't like Chinese. Yeah, you don't like them until it's time to shop at Walmart, America's favorite store, and save some money. So China has been a very good thing to not only Pakistan, who's invested over $60 billion with CPEC, created 2.5 million jobs. And they stuck with Pakistan when no one else did. They were there. So, I mean, I do admire them. I mean, you look at the Wani National Party and some of these other socialists, they're fifth columns. So you cannot even compare China to them. These are destructive fifth column movements, that are in like Europe, embedded into the United States, and they're trying to put them in other areas. And we know who fund them. And China's absolutely, completely separate from these. China does not fund these fifth column movements, where India does, and some of these other places do. So, I mean, they totally get a bad rap, China. And the only thing is, everyone's just like, well, can China, can CPEC and Saudi investment and American intervention, can they all work together? Absolutely. They absolutely can. And actually, putting myself in the China shoes, I think it's a little unfair to even China with Pakistan, that there's so much expectations on China. So like, if things don't really work in Pakistan, or the current party in Pakistan, if they don't really meet your goals, or Imran Khan doesn't really meet the goals that he should, that it should be blamed on China, I think that'd be unfair. So if they get investment from Saudi and America to create more jobs, I think it actually takes pressure off China, because I think China almost feels maybe a little expectations on them that Pakistan has to succeed, when they just want a fair agreement in trade, with them. So actually, I think Saudi investment in the United States investment area will help ease some of the burden even on China's expectations. So there's no problem. Between Iran and Saudi, that's what, pick one or the other. And obviously you got to pick Saudi. And an interesting fact for you, a lot of people think like Russia spends the most on military behind China or even India, but it's actually United States by a long ways, and then it's China, and then it's Saudi Arabia. So I just thought to throw that in there. So, but anyways, dealing with United States, China, and Saudi, you're dealing with three winners. And that's what Pakistan needs to deal with, winners. They don't need to deal with losers. You don't want to, I don't see no reason to reach out to India and deal with them. They're losers. Or Iran. And as far as that peace gas line thing going from Iran and through Afghanistan, I don't think that'll work. There's this Tappy gas line I think would be better. That goes to Turkmenistan, I believe, and then through Afghanistan, and then to Pakistan. And then from there, I think you could either bring it down to one of your ports, or you could, bring some up to China too. But definitely stay away from Iran. They're bad news. But again, I have no problem with China. I admire them. I mean, they're winners. They have the world's best infrastructure. They make advancements, and they're not an aggressive nation at all. I mean, they get a really bad rap. And the thing is anyone can criticize them. Bipartisan, you can criticize China all day on the internet. You're not going to get in trouble. Nothing's going to happen to you. You mention one bad word about India, and you know what happens. You get banned, you get censored, whatnot. So, I mean, if China was a very aggressive nation, they would be doing a lot of more aggressive things, and they're not. And as far as their military, all they want to do is protect their economic interests. That's all they're doing. They're not aggressive. I mean, they're not trying to build bases in Cuba like, you know, Russia was. You know, they're not intervening in Mexico or trying to create coups, or they're not trying to create fifth columns in America. They're not trying to infiltrate Hollywood. You know, they're not doing these things. So I have no problem with them. So, I mean, maybe the United States is a little wrong there. You know, maybe the United States is a little jealous how well China has been able to invest so far down the road, how effective they've been at building infrastructure. And as far as you look at China, you take the communists out of the picture, I mean, the country's more right-wing than the United States. So for me as American to say, you know, look at those communist China, well, they have less feminism than us. They have less weird liberals running around doing weird shit than us. You know, they're more efficient. I mean, everyone looks very healthy, well-fed. Like I said, they actually have toilets. So I don't think no one has nothing to really criticize them on until they look in their own backyard. And that's my take on China.